about some of the clients that you're working with at the moment.
Yeah, so Perth Media is going through a rebranding process right now, and we've decided to really focus on the work that we're doing for the clients that we've got.
Yeah.
We've got amazing clients. Like we've got one called Native Carbon.
Yes.
Which has just planted 2.7 million native plants.
Yeah.
In previously degraded farmland. So sort of the back end of the wheat belt towards the pastoral country. And it's 30 different species of native plants.
Wow.
So they're not just whacking up heap of monocultures to get carbon credits for the company, the energy company they're planting for. They're making the effort to plant an incredible range of diverse species, which means that they're bringing back the habitat, they're bringing back the birds, the reptiles. It's a very exciting and rewarding client to promote. They're also doing some really interesting seed coating technology, which it's quite common in the vegetable sector to coat seeds individually to sow them uniformly, but it's not so common in the native seed area.
Right.
So things like eucalyptus seeds, big tall trees, got tiny little seeds. So they're doing some really interesting work with Cate University in that sector.
Wow.
And the more I realise that, we are going to be reliant on these really clever, innovative companies to lead Australia forward. The way that we're going in future is a very different Australia to the past. And so I love championing these they're sort of half technology companies, half startup companies, and half agribusiness.
Sure.
It's a real mix. We're also working with a company called Geomobi.
Oh yes.
Which is another interesting. Well, just that one. Try it in a minute. Oh wait.
Got to get you qualified on the Bentley.
That one. So we're also working with Geomobi, and some people have referred to them as a startup, but they're not really a startup anymore. They've been going for I think more than 9 years, and two French guys, Chris Bordia and Matthew Paul, are the directors, and they are the best in the world right now in terms of underground communications.
Wow.
So they have these great little green lunchboxes that work with Bluetooth that can track everything underground, including people.
Wow.
It's way more safe than what's previously out there. The tier 2 and the tier 3 miners can afford it because it's really good value.
Yeah.
And so you're actually getting a situation where people are safer. So I'm promoting a product that is keeping people safer.
Yeah.
How good is that?
They get to go home to their families and...
They get to go home to their families every night, and that's one of the catchphrases of the company. Every worker goes home.
Right.
Every
there you
night.
go. I was just being clever. Oh, that's fantastic.
No, that's actually one of the messages on the message sheet. So that's another great company. Farmer on Your Plate has enabled me to connect with some of the most substantial agribusinesses in the state.
Yeah.
So that's just a joy to promote. Yeah. And then of course I promote Rocchi Winery, which is exquisite wine.
That's sensational wines. Yep.
And that's based in Denmark, in Western Australia, and I love to talk about them because they're based in a region where they get cool weather from the Antarctic weather system. So you've got this really amazing little region that gets really cool weather, so it can make the Chardonnays and Semillons and the beautiful Sauvignon Blancs.
Rieslings and Pinots, right?
Riesling and Pinots.
Yeah.
And then it can make all those beautiful cool weather wines. The grapes need the cool weather, but then it can also just get deep Shirazes and Cab Savs just from half an hour down the road on the back of a truck, and so it can make some really beautiful deep full-bodied reds as well. And the owner there, Steve Hall, who is a real character, and that's a joy, absolute joy to work for him. Yeah. I have a great job.
You have the best job. It's almost as good as mine.
Yeah.